Hello, I'm going to be sharing with you on our 7 signs someone is truly mature. You want to know if someone is truly mature. You get me right? So, age is just a number. You get me right? Some people are over 40 years and they are still behaving like kids. Some people are over 30 years and they are still behaving like kids. You get me right? So, age is just a number, and it is expected. Generally, it is expected that as from the age of 20, you should be acting matured. You get me right? You should start acting mature. There are some kids, 18 years, the way they behave, they are very, very matured in thinking and everything. You get me right? So, literally, at the age of 20, you're supposed to be very mature, think like a matured person, be able to make right decisions, be able to act on your decisions. You get me right? But when you're over 30, over 40, and you start behaving like a child, it begins to call people to your attention. They call people to you that you're not behaving the way you're supposed to behave. You get me right? So if you see somebody and you want to know if this person is truly matured, and as regards to relationship, you want to go into a relationship with somebody, probably a man or a lady, and you want to know if this the sense of humor of this lady or this man is very, very mature, or the way he does things, if he's very mature. Well, I'm going to be giving you 7 signs that someone, is truly matured. You get me right? So when you see these 7 signs in somebody, then you know that this person definitely is truly matured. Number one, I'm going to say is emotional regulation. They handle their emotions well, even in stressful or difficult situations. They don't overreact. They don't overreact on the decision before they act on the decisions. They must have think about it. You get me right? They don't just act like that. You get me right? They don't act out of feelings. They don't act out of passion or out of emotions or something. The situation and act. They act out of thinking. They think before they act. You get me right? They don't allow their emotions to influence them. Some people, once something just happened, they take action right from that, right from that spot. They allow the emotions, the situation of that particular thing, that situation, they allow it to over control them. You get me right? They don't think before they act. So anybody who doesn't think before he acts is not mature. You get me right? It's not much. That person needs to grow up. You get me right? Not grow up in age, but grow up in the ability to think, the ability to do things. You get me right? So number two, I'm going to say responsibility. Responsibility. They take responsibility for their actions and don't blame others for their mistake. When they make a mistake, they take responsibility for it. They are very proud. Not like they are proud to make mistakes. You get me? Don't get me right. Don't get me wrong. Not that they are proud to make mistakes, but when they make a mistake, they take responsibility for it. They don't blame others. Hey, you're the cause of me making this mistake. You're the cause. No, they take responsibility of their mistakes. They act upon it. You get me right? Number three, I'm going to say is empathy. They are able to understand and share the feelings of others. When you bring up a situation to them and they relate with you, they share your emotions. They don't act nonchalantly. They don't act challengely. I mean to say, you get me right? They act upon what you tell them. You get me right? So number three, I'm going to say is empathy. They are able to understand and share the feelings of others. They listen attentively and show compassion. You get me right? When you bring up a situation to them, a particular situation to them, they listen attentively and in their best way, they try to provide solution in whatever you have shared with them. That is a sign of a matured person. They are always having something to offer and advice, financial support, emotional support, whatever support you need that is making you, share that your experience or your situation with them. They are always willing to support you. You get me right? So number four, I would say self-awareness. They have a clear understanding. They have a clear understanding of their strengths and weaknesses. They know their strengths. They know their weaknesses. They don't complicate themselves. You get me right? They know what they are good at. They know what they are not good at. You get me right? So a mature person should be able to understand himself, to be able to understand life principles, should be able to understand how he acts, how he does things, how certain situations are being handled. You get me right? So they are aware of how their actions affect others. and they are open to feedback. If they act in the manner in which you're not comfortable with, and you shade them, you tell them that this is what you did I don't like, they are always open to feedback. They will receive your feedback and work on it. They don't take your feedback as an insult. Get me right? They don't take your feedback as hate, as a hate speech or a jealous person. They take your feedback to work on it, and they are not sad about it. They are not angry about it. Get me right? So number 5 I'm going to say is conflict resolution. They handle conflict constructively. If you bring a situation to them, they handle it constructively. They think before they act. They don't just act based on emotions or based on who is involved in the situation. They act constructively. They communicate openly. If you see a matured person doesn't judge a situation from one party. You get me right? A matured person judges a situation from both perspectives. What you have to say, then bring it together and make conclusions. Not judging from one aspect or one party or what one-sided person has said. Then they begin to give overall judgment based on what the person has said. But no, a mature person will listen to both parties and make final conclusion. Get me right? So the number 6 I'm going to say is long-term thinking. Long-term thinking in the sense that they consider the long-term consequences of their actions. They make decisions based on future benefits, rather than immediate gratification. Get me right? So they think positively. They think far ahead. Where your thinking stop as an immature person is where their thinking even started from. Get me right? So they are very positive. A mature person is very, very positive. A mature person thinks, positively, thinks wisely. A mature person acts with experience, acts with knowledge, reason before they act. Get me right? So when you see these signs in somebody, you know that this person is mature. The behavior of that person will truly show that this person is really matured. Get me right? So the last one I'm going to say is adaptability. They are flexible and open to change. When you give them constructive judgment or constructive criticism, they are always open to make adjustments. They are always open to feedback, like I said. Get me right? So these are the signs of a mature person. If one truly wants to know someone who is truly matured, these are the signs the person will portray. The person doesn't think carelessly. The person doesn't act based on emotions. The person acts based on what can bring progress to the situation at hand. Get me right? The person is not quick to judge. The person does not listen to one-sided party to make conclusions. You get me right? So these are the things you look out for in a mature person. Now, if you bring this up in a relationship, you get me right? The person is not a woman beater. A mature person is not a woman beater. A mature person is responsible in the home. He provides in the home. A matured person always, listen to the wife, listen to the fiancé or whatever. He listens attentively. His own decision is not the final decisions. If you bring out your decisions, that it's also okay to help the family. A matured person will listen to you. A mature person communicates effectively, not communicating carelessly. Get me right? So these are the things you should look out for in a matured person. If you truly want to know if this person is truly mature, these are the things you look out for. A mature person doesn't get angry easily. Doesn't act based on emotions. There's always this temperament, this anger management, able to manage the anger. Get me right? So these are the things you should look out for. Like I said, in a mature person, probably want to go into a relationship with somebody or want to be friends with somebody and want to know if this person is mature or behaving like a kid or behaving like a child. These are the signs you should look out for. Please, if you've not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave your comments or your thoughts on whatever you think on the comment section. I'll be responding to it. See you in my next video. Bye for now.